Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, but I play other games as well. And welcome back to Actual Sunlight, Part 2, where I have been sort of nudged in the way of what I'm actually supposed to do, and I suppose I forgot one of the cardinal rules of adventure games, or whatever the hell this is supposed to be, which is talk to everyone. Make sure that you actually get to talk to everyone. You will notice, of course, that I have now managed to move the gameplay window out of my fugly face so that you can actually see and, more importantly, read everything that's going on the screen. So this is actually the game window. Wait, I'm supposed to point... Yeah, like that. So that's the game window, and from this point on, you shall hopefully not be distracted too much by me obscuring bits of text and such. Anyway, there was a very nice commenter on the previous episode who informed me of various bits of trivia about Canadian life. Who also told me bits about the expressway that Canadian ministers or government officials want to fix but never do. This sort of thing. The Gardiner Expressway. Apparently, it's a completely broken-ass piece of infrastructure in Canada that everyone says that they'll fix but never do. Bits of other things about the Canadian dollar and such. Thank you so much, Mr. Commenter. I forget your name presently, and I don't want to open up my browser for fear of blowing up my computer. Anyway... As things transpire, I was walking aimlessly around this screen trying to find someone to talk to. This person doesn't want to talk to me. This person doesn't want to talk to me. This bouncy person, look at this, just goes, school, school, school! No one has ever been that interested in school, ever. Anyway. What the YouTube commenter also mentioned in sort of a very benign kind of let me just nudge you in the right direction kind of way was that person manning food cart will often sell you food. And it was kind of one of those kind of moments. Not to belittle the subject matter of the game presently at hand, but turns out that this person, whom I figured I wasn't able to talk to, is actually quite toggable too. So anyway, before we get into the swing of that, let's just have another patient transcript from our dear Mr. Winter, who is, of course, as we all know, a very bubbly, lively person who in no way is completely and utterly suicidal. Do you understand that in many ways you're very fortunate, says the doctor quite unhelpfully. What do you mean? You've had access to education and security. You're a white male. Very important, because as we all know, all other races on this planet are basically being dealt the short stick. There's a great deal of privilege intertwined with nearly everything about who you are. I don't know. I feel an awful lot like a member of that club in name and sight only. Again, I can kind of relate, but I'm trying to keep this lighthearted, and before you say anything, I'm not making fun of suicidal people. I happen to understand more about that than you might realize, but I am trying to keep this lighthearted. So you will forgive me, of course, if it seems like I'm making fun of suicidal people. I really am not. Also, you'll have to give the sniffles, because the sniffles have not quite gone yet. This is just... the next day after I recorded the previous episode. Anyway, let's just keep rolling. I don't have some friend with a cottage. I've never participated in any mud-based fitness challenge. I suppose that is technically reserved for people in bikinis, isn't it? Although I will don a bikini and throw down if someone asks me to. Particularly if it's Francisco Gonzalez. Never mind, let's just keep going. And there are no adorable blondes meeting me for blind dates at ironic board game cafes. Again, I do apologize. The only things I'm cutting out of this video is me blowing my nose. This will happen on occasion. Those aren't the types of advantages I'm talking about. Sadly. I know, but they are the types of advantages that education and security make worth having in the first place, aren't they? What would even change if I lived some kind of cart life for $7 an hour? Again, a cart life. I'm just picturing someone being strapped on the end of a horse and carriage kind of thing. But that's not what he's talking about. What do you think? I think it would just mean being openly rejected by the types of people who only pretend to accept me now. And that isn't worth something. All I'm talking about is being something, but not being a part of it. Yeah, again. And that was kind of it. Coffee? Fruits? Says the exaggeratedly gaily, not gay, but gaily kind of anime character. Thanks. Have a great day! Your enthusiasm kills me right here. I'm pointing at my heart, not my chest. Never mind. Okay, cool. So I guess I picked up some fruit, I guess. So now we can take the streetcar to work. Will the streetcar be named Desire? I doubt it. And now we're on the train. This person is standing over a grate, or perhaps this is the exit, right? So what the hell is this? Like a public lavatory? He stares straight ahead. No, he's staring into a wall. I'm not sitting right next to somebody. You know what? Not to digress, but this is really the Scandinavian way. We have huge trains, public transportation. I've been a user of public transportation all my life. I don't have a driver's license, and unless forced to by under-equipped trains or trains that have too few cards or whatever, Danish people will always, and I mean always, sit with an empty seat next to them. And sometimes we have these seats sitting across from each other, like you have this little round table, like 4 seats, 2 seats on this part, 2 seats on this part, and if pushed, people will sit in front of each other, but they will keep their eyes down on their smartphone like this. So I can totally relate to this. I'm just gonna, be completely uncharacteristic and try to talk to everyone. No one seems to give a shit that I'm even alive. This, really... Hey, excuse me! Oh, he does. Kind of ties into the theme of the game. All strangers are entrepreneurs. Hi. I noticed that you made eye contact with me for half a second, and then immediately regretted it. I mean, have you ever been on public transportation? This is kind of, the modus operandi. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm disgusting. Do I want to talk to you because I sincerely cherish a genuine sense of community and goodwill towards men? I'm thinking no. No! There you go. I am an absolute loser, bothering one stranger after another in awkward revelation of my future. Own failure, sorry. Never mind. I'm a good actor. I read lines very much. No. I'm looking for somebody to become my downline in a multi-level marketing scheme. I think you ought to change religions. I'm one of those charity people who used to wear an apron so people would know to avoid me. Also, I had a big fucking sign around my neck that says, I'm a complete idiot, avoid me. I want to ask you out to coffee, rub your shoulders with the dirty sleeves of my jean jacket, infect your pores, while the dirty sleeves of my jean jacket infect your pores, and then try to have sex with you before you realize that I'm unemployed. This was the dude we're talking to, right? Not that I'm against that. By far. But still. Because the game didn't really give me any hints that our main character was supposed to be homosexual. Although I kind of have the idea that because I talked to everyone on the train, it would bring up this dialogue no matter who, the last person I talked to. Never mind, let's just keep reading. I'm that legitimately horrible and sad person that you could one day be like. The one a dumb story happened to. The one who got a DUI and then they found weed in my car, plus the money I stole from work. This is like poor life decisions, man. My family's dead, I have no friends, and I'm desperate for anyone to talk to, even though I have nothing to say and I know that nobody likes me. Or maybe you would like me, but you don't want to know. Oh, or maybe you would like me, but you don't want to know. I'm really not very good at reading stuff aloud, am I? I'm that weird, bitter asshole who barks at cashiers and hits on waitresses and holds up the universe, but I am a human being and there is nothing I can do to make God stop loving me. This guy's flipping gears on me. Everywhere I go, I tell the few people who can barely stand me the exact same thing, that everyone is just way too uptight about talking to strangers, even though I am exactly the reason that absolutely nobody wants to. Then I say, chill out! Or some other extremely dated piece of slang that solidifies me as even more creepy. This is when you realize I'm trying to look at your boobs, or your shoes, or that I don't even have the confidence to meet your eye line, and some type of instinct dawns on you that says, hey, your shoelace is untied. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad we got that out of the way. Actually, the whole thing about looking people in the eye, for the longest time, I could not look people in the eye. I'm one of those weird kind of amalgamations of introvert and extrovert, where I seem to be very outgoing and extroverted, but really I'm just petrified of people's reactions. So for the longest time, I would run my spiel and be all engaging and ask people questions and try to get them to talk instead of me, and babbling, and refuse to look them in the eye, just look at the floor, which kind of put people off. So I really had to train myself to look people in the eye. Podcasts are easy. I don't have to actually look people in the eye. Because it turns out that if you look at people in the eye for too long, you start to look really, really creepy. Turn up the headphones and wait. Well, what else are you going to do on public transportation? Of course we are. And I wonder what would happen if I'd said no. Would someone have come up and talked to me? I highly doubt it. Okay, so we're at work. Everyone is just walking in place, doing nothing. There isn't much to say about what I do for a living. We're just like everyone else. Do we work in marketing, in finance, for the government? Basically the same thing, isn't it? For the people, I can categorically say no, you don't. No one works for the people, except NGOs, I guess. For good? Again, no. For evil? Probably. Does it even matter? Or does it matter? I just thought I'd throw in an even. No matter what, if we can make money off of it and you ask us if we can do it, we say yes. I would also throw in a hell yes. If you ask us what we do is effective, the middle managers who hired us, whose job security depends on us having been effective, will tell you yes. If you ask us what we do is important, we'll point you in the direction of the media channel that makes a living off of reporting on our industry, and they will say yes. A lie that everybody can pay their mortgage with becomes the truth faster than you would believe. But in the end, we're really just a bunch of white people pushing piles of money around in circles while reality occurs in parts unknown. We go to conferences, and the maids break their backs cleaning our hotel rooms. We eat at restaurants while the cooks trip and immolate each other in blistering oil. Ouch! Hire better cooks, damn it. Janitors have heart attacks buffing floors on a graveyard shift for 30 years, and all of this for what? Networking! Making friends. And I can tell we're really good at that. Best practices. Leadership. But we don't let anyone into the network, and we don't practice anything. And we don't lead anyone anywhere but someplace fucked up where we get paid and they get dick. And I suppose he means dick in the metaphorical sense. Then everyone goes home and does their job the same way anyways, doing exactly whatever some boss wants. And that boss, by the way, is a sociopath who is still of the old school that money means more money, and if it goes in the other direction, he is a complete failure in his own right, and either has to go to the roof, or just treat his subordinates even shittier. I'm starting to get a feel of our protagonist here, right? Okay, so who are we and what do we do here? We send emails, we go to meetings, we hope to one day get high enough to become invincible. I'm thinking the other high. And to be rewarded even when we fuck everybody and everything up. Sometimes I think, could I go my whole career without doing a single useful material thing? And in the current corporate climate, I would say yes. Did a street sweeper eclipse my social utility the day he picked up a piece of gum? You really want an answer to that? Yes. Well, I gotta say this for this game, as you know, simplistic as it may look and such, I really dig the, first of all, the art style, even though, you know, people walking in places and it's can be a little, you know, sort of disconcerting and such. I really like the, you know, simplistic art style, and because it kind of feels like a disjointed sense of reality, like the protagonist must feel, like he's just caught in this, you know, world of people just aimlessly wandering around zombie-like. And also, I have to give special props to the music. The music is really, you probably can't hear it over the sound of my blathering, but it's really very atmospheric. Is that a couch or a... This is a couch. Okay, never mind. For guests and clients to sit on while they wait to see somebody. It's the only well-kept piece of furniture in the office. The rest of the desk chairs have no backrests. This is a computer. I wonder if it's mine. I should stand in front of it. I should not. It's probably a screen announcing. I'm not supposed to look at it. Cool. Pardon me. The well-informed and worthwhile opinions that fill the trash cans of agencies around the world. I like the idea of having statements that specifically talk about the impact our product has on customers, which is none. But how are we really telling our brand story? Oh god, I hate these fucking buzzwords. And I work in fucking, you know, well, marketing, kind of. No, I'm a social media consultant, which is, I suppose, even worse. This still image of an inanimate object really needs to have a stronger sense of movement throughout. This line of meaningless rhetoric in this thing that is fundamentally about absolutely nothing really isn't adding any value. I saw this thing last night in the movie and I loved it. Our thing should be just as good because even though our budget is a 16th of what it took to create that, I can still remember a time when it was only half. This is corporate thinking. This is really, and I thought this was a joke when I was at university, and when I got into the corporate world, this is really how fucking people think. Okay, here's the deal. I don't like this thing. I don't have any real reason for disliking it. I dislike it the way that certain people don't like pickles, or reggae. Okay, it's just idle preference. I didn't go to school for marketing or advertising or design or writing or anything like that. I just got a job at a corporation and one day they decided to shelve me here because they figured at least there was a hard limit to how much damage I could do. Another possibility is that I'm actually very intelligent, but I am the wrong gender or ethnicity and I needed to be put somewhere prominent but ultimately harmless. Either way, I've come to not care that my actions are devoid of any rationale, or, even more dangerously, I believe that my intuitions represent some sort of natural capability. I've either always been like this, I've either always been like this and consequently started my own company because I was incapable of working for someone else, or it happened to me after being promoted to a level high enough that people just stop bothering to disagree with you. So, you know, I'm just not sure about the blue. I love the satire in this game. It's really, really kudos to Mr. O'Neill for you know, being able to put into words what the rest of us are thinking every time we watch a fucking TV ad or go to a meeting with some douchebag who pretends to know his shit but doesn't really, and put that into words. Yeah, I really like that. Hello, Mr. Douchebag, or Russell, as you're known around the office. He's like a less successful version of my brother. Whereas my brother gets paid handsomely to do basically nothing. Oh, so he's a social media consultant, I guess. And can hire all the lawyers and accountants in the world to defend it. Russell has mastered the limited middle-class version of this, being a sycophantic little shithead. He works from home so much that he doesn't even bother having a desk anymore. In fact, he only shows up to the office to watch sports highlights on the plasma screen that we bought to facilitate better team collaboration. Don't tell me. I know all about the big plasma screen, although I don't have one at the office right now, but we've talked about getting one, and I know for a fact what it's going to be used for. Not to display meetings, not to do anything useful of the sort. It's just going to be where we watch TV. He's the kind of person whose enthusiasm is so facile and transparent that everything he says to you feels like an insult to your intelligence, assuming you have any. When it's all over, and everyone who actually does anything has been completely outsourced, the Russells of the world will be the last men standing in the corporate megaverse. I'm getting kind of a Hitchhiker's Guide flashback to this, you know, the bit where they, discarded the 1/3 useless portion of the population and just sent them off into space, all the telephone cleaners and hairdressers and such. Those were all named Russell. They'll be on our conference calls to their bosses in China, going on about how everyone is going great, just great, except for the following people who have really let them down. Yeah, they're just really not hitting it. They're not getting it. I'm just looking at this stuff and jeez, I don't know. It's just not right. But what do you guys think? What's up, bruh? For some reason, I just want to be the surfer dude in an 80s movie. What's up, bruh? Nothing, man. Can I ask your brother if he's interested in that thing I told him about? You mean like standing in a circle and jerking off on a biscuit? No, don't think he is. What thing? Trust me, bruh, he'll know what I mean. It's an amazing opportunity. Cool. I haven't seen him in a while, but I'll let him know. Fuck. Alright. Douchebag. Alright, so all the douchebags in the world are named Russell. We'll keep that in mind. From Paula Young, Senior Partner, Chairwoman. I suppose this is code for no soul. To all staff, this can't be good, my resignation, live for your dreams! This is the sound of a soulless woman trying to imbue some sort of philosophical finality to the fact that she just doesn't want to fucking work there, or got a better job. Let's see how this pans out. Priority, very high. Dearest employees, it is with bittersweet mixture of joy and sadness that I must announce my divestment and resignation from the company. I have a thesaurus, and I know how to use it. Effective immediately. While I would have preferred to be available to help with the numerous surprise obstacles that this would present, the timing of my departure coincided with existing travel plans. Why am I turning her into some sort of Eastern European? That could not have changed without putting my elite passenger status on Air Canada at risk. What? My departure coincided with existing travel plans that could not have been changed without putting... What? Was she carrying a fucking bomb? When I began my career as an employee at an agency similar to ours over 15 years ago, things were much more difficult. All of my peers seemed to question my opinions, dismiss my ideas, and even make faces at me like I was some kind of stupid idiot. There is, of course, the possibility that they were correct. I'm just going to leave that hanging. For me, the meaning of this was clear. I was much more capable, creative, and out of the box than everybody around me. A true maverick. Jesus, will you calm the fuck down? With the agreement of my husband, who I live vicariously through, and his financial support, I founded this organization. Trophy wife. The point of this story is clear. You've got to live your values. You've got to choose the life that you want to live and make it happen, just like I did. Because it's so easy. I've often asked myself why all of you seem to be so stressed out and miserable, and I suppose it's the fact that you don't have my job. As if some horrifically ignorant force, oblivious to its own recklessness, is compelling you to do things that don't make any sense. That would be your directives as a boss. Someday, I hope you'll realize that you can do whatever you want. You just have to go for it. The next chapter in my life, for example, will be through a line of motivational handbags that I fuck off. I'm so glad it stopped there. Get in the sea, lady. Is there an extra stapler in here? I can't find my stapler. I'm completely useless and I have a beard. Sorry, man, I'm not touching any of this shit. Who just said that? I suppose it's that dude at the... I have to point the opposite way. The dude at the bottom. That dude. Let's just check around the office here. Nope, can't do anything here. Russell is just walking around being a dick as usual. Fuck you, Russell. Fucking douchebag. Hi, stapler guy. You'll have to come back in 5. I'm just getting ready for a call. That's why you're on the computer looking at porn, innit? I actually don't even know why I'm standing here.
Where did I put the proposal? And my stapler. And also my dick and balls. I just had it. It was right here last night. I don't have time to look for it. Natasha, I need another copy of the proposal printed out. Oh my god, my life is unraveling!
Okay, never mind. Please and thank you. My god, this guy's more pathetic than we are. I'm busy.
Is Jackie here then? I need it for my call. I don't know why I haven't.
The desperation in this guy's voice must be palpable.
It was literally sitting here last night.
This is Troy. Not a douchebag by birth, he just took lessons, I guess. Nobody likes Troy, for obvious reasons, including me. But I feel for him. He's married, late 40s or so, commutes 2 hours from the deep suburbs every day and works on weekends all the time. I can't even imagine the last time he saw the house he spends every day paying for in the actual sunlight. Title: 3 kids, wife doesn't work, and even though he's the most experienced and senior person here, he's kind of a nervous wreck. There's always a palpable sense. I just used the word palpable. Kind of in sync here, Mr. O'Neill. A palpable sense in the air that he would be the first person to wipe down the urinals if the owners told him to. I think about what he might have been like as a younger guy, at his wedding, or one of those other things that make you feel like the future has a future. If you just excuse me, I have to nudge this into place. My microphone keeps falling over, sorry. Okay, so which one of these, I suppose I'll talk to Bitchy McBitchbish.
Oh, Evan, how are you doing?
You can't, you have to make the lemon face to do that. Hi, Natasha. How's it going?
Okay.
Sparkling conversationalist, I guess. Okay, talk to you later, I guess.
Okay.
Bitch does not like us. Nobody knows much about Natasha, except that she's Russian spies sent to kill us all. Okay, that's far-fetched. She can't really speak English. She does a bunch of our administrative work. Honestly, I didn't peg her as a foreigner. I should have done a foreign accent. I should have done Anatoly's accent. Hi, that's nostalgic. She couldn't possibly make very much money, and she has a way of smiling at you that discourages any kind of follow-up questions whatsoever. I've had coworkers like that. She looks like she's in her late 40s, but something tells me she might look a lot older than she actually is. It's not that she has some kind of hard chiseled beauty, though, sorry. Every time it hits a comma, I think it automatically pauses the text, so it makes me read it in a kind of weird way. It's not that she has some kind of hard chiseled beauty, though. She just looks like she's been through more than she should have. I'm thinking mail order bride, but I'm not going to say that out loud. Wait, I think I just did. And where they found her, who knows? Okay, so how about Ginger over here? Hey, message me! Okay. Message, logo, logging in, online. Sorry, it's just too early in the morning to have Natasha glaring at me. Sure. What's up? Nothing. What did you do all weekend? Did you go out? I'm thinking no. On Friday, yeah, I went to the Jackson right after work until 3 in the morning and did this. Keeping in the spirit of depression and such, I'm, self-medicating. Nah, it's the sniffles. Don't remember it and never meant to. Okay. So he basically just went and got wasted and then went home. Cool. Don't start. I'm starting. You live in downtown Toronto, have all the free time in the world, and you go to a sports bar in a chain hotel. Yeah, that is weird. Why are you even alive? Okay. Tori just got real on our asses. I don't know. I'm not into this hipster bullshit. What hipster bullshit? You mean cool and interesting places? Tori, I was actually starting to like you. Drinking is drinking. What's the difference? Between sales convention tourists and people your own age? Is that a serious question? Yeah, I don't like going to clubs Or as they used to call them, discotheques, because the music's too fucking loud and you can't enjoy your beer, and also everyone's a complete asshole. I totally feel for Mr. Evan here right now. And I am not a hipster, even if saying so proves it. No kidding. Your parents aren't nearly rich enough. Good one, Mr. O'Neill. If you hate money, I can help you with that. All I'm saying is the worst thing about nice things are the people who can afford them. Nice things would be better off with you? I don't know, it's just sad. Did I read that wrong? All I'm saying is that the worst things about nice things are the people who can afford them. I'm not going to think too hard about that. But you love being sad. It's cool to be sad. Evan! Come on, I was on your train right now. Do you want a fucking fiddle to play you out? No, it isn't. It's just sad. Yeah, that's the one. It's not cool to be sad. If you're depressed, you don't go around thinking, I'm so depressed, it's fucking fantastic. Well, Ginger here certainly looks like she might not become a love interest or something. Anyway, the late night show, guest Evan Winters. I'm a little surprised you aren't out there going out with all kinds of chicks. I'm pretty sure Evan is eye-rolling at this point. Well, for a long time, women only really hurt me. Because I paid them to. No, I mean, it wasn't their fault at all. It was really just a natural outcome of somebody who looks like me being interested in them. Apparently he's fugly as well. You weren't doing too well, huh? You have to understand what it does to a person to warp that emotion for so long, to turn something that is supposed to be beautiful into nothing but a signal of imminent misery. Comedian Evan Winters, ladies and gentlemen, what a riot! Well, we all know what that can be like, har har. No, I actually don't think we all do. Most people, they win some, they lose some, and it's all just some fucking song on the radio. That's a lot different than knowing for certain that your love is something that's going to hurt people you care about, and that it'll only hurt you too. Technically not the definition of love, but I'll go with it. Still, you gotta try. No, the only thing you gotta try is to never feel a goddamn thing for anybody because you don't want them to feel awkward. You don't want to make them feel awkward, and you damn sure don't want their pity. So what do? Nothing really. I think the host is really losing his grip on this interview. You try to be cool until you can't stand it anymore, and then you just stop talking to them. Boy, you're a real pal! Oh, I know. And believe me, realizing that you can either be a bad guy or a non-guy is the point where you just stop talking to women completely. Oh, so you stopped talking to women you were attracted to completely? Well, Sometimes you meet somebody and you just don't have a choice. Maybe all that pain just seems worth going through all over again. Dude just hasn't met the right woman. Everyone says that. Maybe you think things will be different this time. Is the host coming on to him? No, you know better than that. You just, I don't know. I know it's really stupid, and I know it isn't even true, but I really, really love her. Where is this going? Well, we'll be right back after these messages with Evan Winter, the stupid liar. Thanks. Dick squeezer. Sorry, what? Can you come to that meeting tomorrow? What? Oh, I'm just gonna say what to everything. Oh, sure. You're too funny.
Sorry, I try to work. Please be quiet.
Now, there's an accent. Sorry, Natasha.
Oh no, Evan, you don't worry.
Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna leave you guys alone, or I'm gonna check out my computer. I'm gonna talk to Tori first. And where's Jackie? Two people I haven't met. Cool. I'm going exploring. Russell! You fucker! I hate you! And your privileged life. From Roy Parson, President and CEO. So who's the trophy bitch? To sender. Vacation alert. Please note that I will be out of the office this week, Monday through Thursday, inclusive, because I can go on a private jet and you can't. If you are writing about the numerous large projects that have key deliverables due on Friday afternoon, please note that you can all go fuck yourselves and I don't care. I mean, my calendar on Friday morning is limited due to a networking jog/brunch. Take your networking jog/brunch and jump in the ocean/sea. If you're a client, and you're reading this for some reason, please rest assured that I will be cursorily review. I will cursorily. I just messed that up. I will cursorily review your work 10 minutes before you're supposed to have it. That's awfully nice of you. Yeah, leave everything to the last minute. Blame others for my total lack of context regarding what it even is, and ask that it be completely restarted and refinished in a matter of hours, regardless of the merit or necessity of my proposed improvements on it. That's boss thinking. I bought my job, and I am a clown. In my bottom desk drawer, though, is a god-awful television pilot I wrote about how I am a genius who brings a magical finishing touch to all the work of a company who is overjoyed to bask in my creative glory despite my near-continuous absence, my petulant childishness, and my total lack of solidarity with the people I'm supposed to be leading. There's a scene where a beautiful 22-year-old graphic design intern tells me how artistically inspired she was by the mixtape I gave her of all my favorite bands, including the one I used to play in. I seriously have no idea how fucking retarded I am. Very truly, Roy Parsons, class dick. President, CEO, Chief Creative Officer, Ideas Guy, and pissant. Let's go through his shit. We can't go through his shit. Let's get on his computer. Can't get on his computer. Let's blow our noses. Right back. Much better. Big screen TV. Hello. No. Hello, conference table. Hello. No. Was I lying when I said that I didn't know? Oh, there's a door. Go through the door. I have instant dislike of this person. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to the therapy room. There's somebody I work with. She's sick. It's the kind of sick that doesn't quite get you on disability. It just fucks with you dead in the middle of being able to have a job but not able to be any good at it. My dislike for her suddenly waned just a tad. She misses a lot of work for medical appointments. Is that still what you're calling them? All I've ever seen is somebody wait for 2 hours, wait another 6 hours for a test, and then wait another 3 hours to find out it was inconclusive. Hey, the medical system works. Dick faces. Where's the medicine? Where's the appointment? You're upset about this? Well, damn straight I am. Most people are upset about this. Most people are upset about this. No, I mean you're upset about it in a way that you usually aren't. You care about this person. No, what I care about is that you actually fixing shit and stop blathering at me. And this story isn't noise, it's different. You were there. She was alone. I was around. Did his girlfriend kill herself? Sorry. Or boyfriend? We haven't quite figured that out yet. Do you really feel that way about it? I was in a situation where refusing to help somebody would have made me very bad. That doesn't make me very good. And the last thing I want is to end up even more involved in it. Right. Okay, ambiguousness is very ambiguous. Except now you know that it might matter if you aren't. The last thing I want is to end up even more involved in it. Except now you know that it might matter if you aren't. Oh, hello. She's fine. I know. I'll be out later. Is there a meeting in here? I don't think so. I'll check. No, don't. I just need a minute. My dislike for her was based on the fact that she looked like one of those bouncy cheerleader kind of walk around being cheerful all the time, and I thought I was going to have the most awful conversation with her, and that totally flipped a 90, or actually 180 on me. So yeah, now I have the deepest sympathy for her. You should go. I feel strangely compelled and drawn to this person. An oversized recycling bin of chart paper. A few years ago, the bosses went on a 3-day, $5,000 leadership seminar and came back convinced the reason the company wasn't growing was because people weren't collaborative enough. Accordingly, with no collaboration, it was determined that everything anyone said in the meeting had to be not only written down, but written down such that arrows could jut out of it, allowing any free associations about it to be captured as well. This policy lasted for precisely one meeting, after which the walls of the room were covered from floor to ceiling with graph paper containing what appeared to be the indecipherable corporate thought of a mental hospital. The paper was then torn down and placed into this bin, where it remains to this day, to frighten off children who want to become corporate assholes. The financial problems that the company was having would later be linked to excessive overhead in the area of leadership development. Sorry, that's not a running joke, but it will be. Of course, this leadership development was never recorded as compensation, and this, among other things, were not factored into the deeply disappointing salaries the owners were then forced to draw for that year. No single malt scotch for dinner this evening. Salaries which, of course, were ample evidence of the total impossibility of providing any employees with bonuses or raises. And yet, to be honest, this story gives me a good feeling. Yeah, because it flat out illustrated how just fucking useless corporate management at this place is. Because I know that nothing this fucked up can go on forever. Interesting. So we've talked to everyone who was present. And I don't suppose Russell has anything useful to say. Later, brah. No, I would count that as not. Let me know if you need anything. I've seen it all. Yep, so, get out of my way! Fuckface! Fucking hate you! Get wrecked! Go away! You piece of shit! Russell! I will end you! I will end you! Right. I'm just gonna stand over here and load my shotgun. So I guess there's nothing really to do in the office so far, except to read her fucking resignation letter again. Right, I'm gonna leave this video right here. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching me sniffle my way through Actual Sunlight by Will O'Neill. Please go and follow the guy on Twitter at Will O'Neill. That's 2 L's on both Will and Neil. He's a splendid guy who is much more fun to be around than this game would indicate. Indicate was the word I'm looking for. Indicate. I speak English very good. Anyway, please like, subscribe, whatever you kids do. Leave me a comment. I do love comments. And I will see you soon, just as soon as I figure out how the fuck I save my game. Never mind. I will see you guys later.